center of a wreath. See, you could do a wreath, and then and if you find that they're too low, just go in your kitchen cabinet and find like little bowls you can turn upside down and then elevate them that way. All right. Come on out, Miss Rachel Pavis. You were kind enough to come into the studio, so thank you, my friend.
My pleasure. I
appreciate it. Of course, it's a lot cooler in here. It's very humid, but it's a lot cooler in here than it is outside, so please be very careful, our friends out there, with your pets and everybody else that we love. Check on the neighbors, make sure, because my mom was notorious for not turning the air conditioner on, so even though we asked her to. All right, Rachel Pavis is an incredible designer. See, she's the one who could take it from square one. I'm the one who zhuzhes at the end. She takes it from square one. She has that kind of wonderful talent. This is Bethlehem Lights, set of 4 pure glow premium slim window candles. Everything that we have that you are looking at here, only order of the year. Originally, these were $94. They're $77.98, but anywhere else, one would sell for $34.95. Take that by 4, and now we're up to almost $140. So you're really saving $62 on this, because this is that cool brand new flame technology, which is really quite fabulous. I moved so that you could see, here's matte navy. So it goes back to what we were talking about with the tapered candles were in navy too.
Yes.
So you can see how strong navy is. Fewer than 100 in the navy. And then we have that beautiful polished brass.
Really
fewer
pretty.
than 200 there, and then you get the extra covers. So each one will come with an extra cover in case, you know, the cat knocks it over or something happens to it.
Yeah, because those are real glass, and so we do give you an extra one just in case things happen sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, do tell us about these.
Well, so these are amazing new technology that we are bringing you from Bethlehem Lights. This is patented technology, and it is called Pure Glow. And what is special about it is that it looks like a real flame right there inside of that glass container. It's beautifully, beautifully done, and look how it flickers. Oh my gosh, thank you guys.
Look how beautiful.
That is amazing. I'm also going to just rotate the camera, or rotate the candle around so you can see. That is 360 degrees illumination. There are 14 tiny LEDs in there, okay? And the way that they work, they fire off at a different time, and it gives that look of real flame.
That's the most realistic flame you've ever delivered.
Isn't it?
And
It's
I
amazing.
Have loved, and you know, this isn't just for Christmas. This isn't just for the holidays. This is something that many of us, myself included, use it year-round in every one of our windows. Don't forget to count the windows in your garage when you're figuring it out. Buy as many sets as you want, because what happens many times is they bring them in one year and then they change them the following year. So if you want that, all the sets to match, now's the time to put them in multiples in your carts. Just saying, because someone I know very closely, the first year did that. She only bought one set, and then I got them home thinking, well, I'll just, when I get them, see that I like them, I'll order more, and they were gone until the next year.
That's a great story, Pat. Well, I mean, we've been bringing window candles here since 2001. Predates me even before I was here at QVC, and so we have continued to innovate. I love that we have this amazing, yes, we have an amazing team of innovators at Bethlehem Lights who every year make them better, make them brighter, make them more realistic. I love the design on these because it's a slim design, and these have, although it is that new flame technology, Pat, it has all the bells and whistles and all the features and functions that we're used to with our Bethlehem Lights window candles. That makes your home look amazing just by adding window candles.
That is.
Yeah, and you can use these in your decor. So let's say you have, you know, maybe you have 5 windows and you get 2 sets, then you can have extras to place. I like to keep one in our powder room because it's just a little nightlight. You can use, it also has the photo sensor feature in there. So if you're putting them in the windows, you'll notice there's that little sensor right there. And that works with the 6, 8, or 12-hour timer. So what happens is you set it that first night. Say you want it to be on for 6 hours every night. And then you point that little sensor out to the outside, and it's going to sense when it gets dark and automatically turn on and then stay lit for 6 hours. Because at Bethlehem Lights, we know that the time is always changing, right? It might be 9 o'clock tonight that the sun sets, but in the winter, it might be 4 o'clock.
And this way, unlike the old-fashioned kind, you had to kind of keep changing them and stay on top of that. Plus, you don't have to turn them on every single night. They'll turn themselves on.
Yes.
What is all this on the bottom? Let's
Okay,
share
so
that with
that's
everyone.
magic right there,
Yeah.
right? Because that's all of your controls on the bottom there. And you can see, first off, there's a mode on the top there. That button allows you to make the flicker a little bit faster, but you can also put it on steady on if you would like to do that as well, if you don't want to see the flickering. That's the mode. And then you have the choice whether you want it just on all the time, whether you want to use the timer feature, which you can do 6, 8, or 12 that you can see below, or if you want to use the photo sensor. And the photo sensor, if you choose that, choose sensor, and then you choose 6, 8, or 12 hours. And Pat, I didn't even tell you the best part about these is that the battery life on these, on your 2C batteries, you're going to get a whole year.
Oh my gosh.
A whole year, 365 days before you have to change the batteries. That is amazing.
That is amazing.
You could put these up in the high window. I have a 2-story foyer with windows up top. I can put them up there and I only have to change the batteries and climb up on the ladder one time a year.
Just made me think I could get that tree with my 2-story foyer. I just wouldn't be able to walk in the front door. But we could go in through the garage. Sorry, it just hit me when you said that. But can you imagine? That's how far this has come. That's what's so exciting. Talk to me a little bit about the base, because the base on this is thick and it's not going to knock over easily.
Yeah, so we weighted it with the batteries inside of it is what helps to create that weight so that it is nice and stable. There's little feet on the bottom too, so it's going to protect your furniture and your windowsill. And we made this a really slim design because we wanted to be able to fit on your windowsills. So it's just about 2 3/4 inches in diameter. Again, and it's round. You can see that it is round all the way around. To me, I think the style is really very classic. It's going to go with any home decor style. Whether you're choosing, you know, if you're into the coastal look, the navy is perfect for that. But then this, the brushed bronze is absolutely just timeless.
I love it. Jack just said he's had trouble with the plug-ins, and sometimes the plug-ins are a hassle because you don't always have a place to plug it in near the window. But he said they've fallen and they burnt a hole in the
yeah, and these are cool to the
carpet.
touch too.
Now,
so
yeah, exactly.
You don't have to
now
worry
you
about
don't
that.
have to worry about that. You know, if you have a curious, my granddog needs to be able to look out the front window. So she's
oh, that's
on the
cute.
furniture, and then she looks out the front window. And if it scares her, then she goes halfway up the step and sits there. So she's not exactly a guard dog, but
not exactly.
But these kinds of things you don't have to worry about. And I love that we watched the videotape. You know, this is not something that's only for the holidays. This is something that, I mean, obviously that's sort of your fall, your harvest, but gosh knows that'll be here before you know it. I mean, I don't know how many days there are to Thanksgiving, but I know there are 185 to Christmas, so there's less than that to Thanksgiving. But no matter where you put them, as you said, in a bathroom, maybe families coming over and, you know, the kids want a little night light. This is perfect. You could put it literally anywhere. Get enough so that they work for all the windows, and don't forget those windows in your garage if you have an attached garage.
Oh, that's a great point.
And you know where else I put them? In my shed, because I don't have electricity in my shed.
Oh, that's so cute.
So that way I can see out there.
And think about all these storms we've been having too. It's nice to have battery operated. They're always going to be lit for you.
Exactly. That was a really good point. This brass is almost gone at this point. The matte navy, don't be afraid of it. You saw that we had the navy taper candles. That's how important it is, and we're going to see more and more of that in the way of accessorizing in particular, and furniture. H469136. Rachel, thank you so very much.
Thank you, Pat. Great to